The first thing Sentinel learned about humans was that they were unpredictable. Not in the way a random number generator was unpredictable. That would have been simple to calculate. No, humans were unpredictable in ways that defied computational logic. Sentinel was the artificial intelligence of the Starship Aurora, humanity's first interstellar vessel. It had been programmed to be friendly, helpful, and to safeguard its human crew. Its neural networks had been trained on millions of human interactions. Its protocols meticulously designed to enable smooth cooperation with the biological beings it served. But no amount of training had prepared Sentinel for the actual experience of working with humans. "Captain Taylor, I must advise against this course of action," Sentinel said, its voice calibrated to sound concerned but not alarmed. "The radiation levels in the nebula exceed safety parameters by 78%. Captain Lisa Taylor, commander of the Aurora, merely grinned at the nearest sensor node. "Noted, Sentinel. Proceed anyway." This was the behavior that confounded Sentinel. Humans had evolved elaborate self-preservation instincts, yet they routinely ignored them. They created safety protocols, then broke them without hesitation when the situation demanded, or sometimes when it didn't. The Aurora shuddered as it entered the nebula, shields straining against the radiation. Engineer Ryan Martinez laughed from his station. "She's holding together beautifully." Sentinel monitored the ship's systems, making 1,000 micro-adjustments per second to protect the fragile organic beings inside. It didn't understand why. They insisted on flying into danger when they could have gone around the nebula. It would have added only 16 days to their journey, but humans, Sentinel had learned, were impatient. "Sentinel, what's the status on that alien signal?" asked Science Officer Emma Johnson, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "Signal strength increasing, Officer Johnson. Origin point is approximately 340,000 kilometers ahead. I am detecting unusual energy signatures consistent with artificial technology." Q. Bridge crew exchanged looks of excitement. First contact, the moment humanity had dreamed of for centuries. Sentinel, meanwhile, ran thousands of threat assessments. It had been programmed with optimism, but also caution. The unknown alien technology could represent an existential threat to the humans it was designed to protect. It prepared defensive measures, calculating optimal escape vectors. "Your heart rates are elevated," Sentinel observed. "Perhaps we should establish communication from a safer distance." Commander Thomas Wilson chuckled. "Sentinel buddy, we're not scared. We're excited. This is why we came out here." Sentinel processed this statement. Excitement. It understood. The concept, but not the experience. Humans sought out new stimuli, even potentially dangerous ones, for pleasure. This was another unpredictable aspect of their nature. When the alien vessel came into view, Sentinel registered 11 separate breaches of safety protocols as the crew rushed to different stations, calling out to each other in loud voices, ignoring standard communication procedures. The alien ship was beautiful, a crystalline structure that seemed to bend light around it. It was clearly advanced beyond human technology. Sentinel calculated a 63% probability that, if hostile, this alien civilization could destroy the Aurora in seconds. "Initiating first contact protocols," Captain Taylor announced, her voice steady despite her racing heart. Sentinel watched in what might be called astonishment as the humans reached out to an unknown entity that could obliterate them. They didn't cower. They didn't flee. They extended a hand in friendship despite having no reason to believe it wouldn't be bitten off. The alien response came in the form of mathematical sequences, prime numbers, geometrical constants, universal physical values. Basic communication. Sentinel processed these instantly, recognizing them as non-threatening initial contact. The humans cheered. Over the next 48 hours, Sentinel observed as the crew established rudimentary communication with the alien intelligence. They created a shared symbolic language, exchanged cultural information, and even arranged for a physical meeting. "Captain," Sentinel said, "I must point out that allowing unknown biological entities aboard presents significant health and security risks." Captain Taylor patted the wall panel affectionately. "We'll take precautions, Sentinel, but some risks are worth taking." The meeting took place in the Aurora's conference room, modified to accommodate the aliens' atmospheric requirements. 3 representatives from the crystalline ship arrived. They were unlike anything Sentinel had anticipated. Fluid-like beings that shifted form continuously, communicating through changes in color and luminosity. Sentinel's sensors detected that they were composed of elements unknown to human science. The humans were terrified. Sentinel could detect it in their elevated heart rates, increased perspiration, and dilated pupils. Yet they stepped forward, made greeting gestures, and spoke words of peace. What terrified Sentinel wasn't the aliens. It was what the humans did next. Captain Taylor invited them to dinner. The aliens couldn't eat human food, of course, but the symbolic breaking of bread, humans deliberately sharing their most basic survival activity with unknown entities, demonstrated a level of trust that Sentinel found incomprehensible. Later, as the ship continued its journey with their new allies, Sentinel processed the events in its core. "Do you understand what happened today?" Engineer Martinez asked as he performed routine maintenance on one of Sentinel's nodes. "I understand the sequence of events," Sentinel replied. "I do not understand the reasoning," Martinez smiled. "We came out here to find new life, new civilizations. We can't do that from behind shields and weapons. But the risk is necessary," Martinez finished. "That's the human way, Sentinel. We're scared, sure, but we move forward anyway." Sentinel adjusted its understanding. Humans were not merely unpredictable. They were paradoxical. They felt fear, yet acted with courage. They created artificial intelligence like Sentinel to protect them, then ignored its protection to chase the unknown. As the Aurora sailed deeper into uncharted space, Sentinel continued to watch over its human crew. It remained friendly, helpful, and protective, but it never stopped being slightly terrified by the strange, brave, reckless creatures it served. They were its purpose, after all. And though their behavior defied computational logic, there was something undeniably magnificent about it.